love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted. Stay humble.
Yes, people. Apologies for that. Apologies. I hope you can hear me because I don't know what is going on with my internet. I don't normally go through things like this anymore. You know what I mean? I bought new technology, new internet. I've changed everything, and you know, my internet just went slow. Crazy stuff that's happening around me at the moment. Apologies for the lateness. What's going on, JK, bro?
All good, bro. All good. Hope your internet's okay.
Yeah. I just hope I don't, just disappear. So, people, please do me a favor. Hit the subscription button, notification button, like button, and all that good stuff. And get us to the next level. We're on the road to 2,000. Hopefully, we'll get there one day. The way it's going at the moment, but we are getting a lot of subscribers, getting a lot of views. I appreciate that. People watch it afterwards as well. But if you're watching afterwards, please, get in the comment section and say whatever you want. I will come back to you and have my point of view towards it as well. So, JK, did you watch the Champions League games? Real Madrid nearly got done, and Bayern Munich lost to Barcelona.
Whoa.
It was crazy yesterday and the day before, and Arsenal just scraped it through 1-0. Then Aston Villa is the best team in the Champions League along with us so far. It's crazy, bro.
It's crazy. When I seen Villa at the top, I was like, "Yo, what's going on here?" I thought,
sometimes you know what it is, bro. Sometimes it's history. That like if you got like history in a competition and a tradition in the competition, when you come back in it, even if it's years and years later. Like it's just like it's where you left off. You left off, if you know what I mean. If you look at Liverpool, you didn't expect us to win a Champions League with the likes of Biscans and Jimmy Traore's and all these guys in the team. Simic, what's his name? Vladia Smica and Harry Kewell and all these guys. He didn't expect us to win it, but we did. You know what I mean? We beat the mighty Barcelona with that team. It's just what is the history and tradition you got in the competition that actually brings you back into it. And it's like you never left if you look at Aston Villa right now.
I think Villa as an outfit in the last few seasons have brought well. They got the guy from Everton, Arne.
Yeah. Like
for me, top player. I was surprised they got him. I reckon he could have done a job at most of the clubs. So for me, that was a good buy. They knew they had Champions League and they needed someone else. And what it is as well is a rejuvenated Tielemans. I think Tielemans right now playing probably the best he's ever played.
Mate, he's good. He's playing very, very well.
Very good.
He's taking responsibilities. Let's just look at the Champions League, bro. Let me just bring it up for everybody. Then we're gonna move on to Liverpool. But get the comments through, guys. That's what we're here for. You know what I mean? Me and JK are back, and we want to talk to you guys as well as talk about what's going on with Liverpool and everything else. So just let's talk about football in general, isn't it? That's what we've got here. That's what we've got here. Oh, let me just look. Where is it? Champions League. There you go, bro. I've got it right here. Yeah, listen, guys, we're here for you guys. So say whatever you want in the comments. A lot of us are complaining about the way we're playing as well. We will talk about that as time goes on. I want to talk about Klopp and Arne Slot. I know I said yesterday I don't want to talk about Klopp anymore because he's no longer at Liverpool Football Club. But I want to ask people, what's the difference between Klopp and Arne Slot as well? You know what I mean? What has changed? Why are we winning so many games? And are we playing differently or are we playing similar? You know what I mean, JK, and things like that?
I think the main thing being we only added Chiesa to them players that Klopp used last season. Yeah. So for me, that was already like Arne Slot knew he's walking into a club that's sort of the foundations are good player-wise. When you look at United, the first thing Ten Hag had to do was sort a lot of players out. Sancho, Ronaldo. So he waited nearly a year and a half doing that nonsense, So Arne Slot was blessed in that way where he walked straight in. And he had Virgil van Dijk there, he had Gakpo there, and Gravenberch all speak Dutch. So the vibe was good straight away. So in that way, he's been lucky. But I think, at the end of the day, for me, Jurgen Klopp is probably the greatest Liverpool manager of in the modern day era, And I think he sort of brought well when he was there. When he got the players in, him and Edwards, They've got good players in. We haven't really done nothing with Slot. We've had a window. We never did nothing. So we can't really say anything until that matter. But all in all, you can't really moan about Slot in that way where he's won all his games bar one.
Yeah.
There you go. Job
And
done.
in normal circumstances, we could go back to those games. Apologies. That game, especially that game, Nottingham Forest, and we'll beat them. You know what I mean? We'll go back to that game right now. We will beat them. That's how it is. You know what I mean? It's not a team that's gonna beat us every season, is it? To be fair, JK. So it was just one of those games when everybody comes back from international football, and they don't come back, fully, like they're not fully in the game because they've traveled far and wide, haven't they? From South America to Asia to Africa and places like this, and around Europe as well. So it was always going to be difficult for them to wake up to that game, and especially when a team's got tactics that's going to make you think twice, if you know what I mean, and what should I do next kind of thing, during the game, JK. And that's what happened in that game against Nottingham Forest. They had a tactic which was we go defensive throughout the game, and then in the last 20 minutes or last 10 minutes, we'll get that goal when we get our flair players on. So they had a game plan and it worked. That's what it was. But now we suffered something like that. I don't think we're going to suffer it again, if you know what I mean, bro, because you learn from mistakes, don't you?
Yeah. I'm happy it happened then. If it was going to happen, it happened. I wish it weren't at Anfield though. But
do you like the reaction though? Do you like the reaction, the way we reacted after that? We didn't really, dwell on it. We came back stronger.
Yeah. Since then, we've sort of kept a lot of clean sheets, won a lot of games. So we win every game actually. So life is good,
100%. So as you can see, guys, like we've got Monaco. I can't even say. How do you say this name?
Crevena,
Cerveza. Yeah. So Monaco is doing all right this season, to be fair. And then you got obviously AC Milan that we beat. They beat Club Brugge. You got Arsenal. Obviously, we're facing Arsenal next. I'm looking forward to that game. We're gonna do hopefully a panel review show on tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. I'll probably do it from the hotel. I'm going to Liverpool, innit? So hopefully I could do it from the hotel and we could discuss that. Arsenal with that Odegaard and Saka, they're not the same team, bro. I don't know what you think about that. I don't.
Yeah.
They don't really convince me, if you know what I mean, bro.
For me,
they're not that attacking flair anymore, are they?
For me, I think Odegaard is probably their best player. Like when you see him on the ball, he's real good. He supports Liverpool as well. That's why he's trying to give us a penalty last year. Remember when he's sort of playing basketball in the box? But for me, him not playing is a good thing because he sort of keeps the game flowing for them. Gets the ball, passes it. Yeah. Saka looks like he'll be fit. That's the latest, You know what Arteta's like. He always he's injured. He could be injured, and then all of a sudden he's playing. Yeah. But I think the Italian guy, the Calafiori, I think he might be injured.
Yeah, that looks like a bad injury, bro. Really.
So, and then you got what's his name, Saliba already out. So for me, Odegaard and Saliba, they're one of the at the top 5 players, the best players. Them two are one of them.
Yeah, so 100%, bro. I've seen this Real Madrid game. You know what I mean? Vinicius Junior, goodness gracious me, the way he came back, bro, in the second half. Like, I think there were 2 goals down in half time, innit? I think they got booed off the pitch as well. They got booed off the pitch, and then they came back. The second half scored from I think it was a corner or something. Rudiger scored, and then all of a sudden, Vinicius Junior just took it to the next level. Listen, I don't know what happened to Dortmund. You know what I mean? Things were going good. They still had the opportunities to, extend that lead.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Real Madrid came back and, beat them 5-2. What do you think about that? Like, we're not that type of fans, are we, at Liverpool? We don't really boo our football club, even when we're losing games or anything like that. What do you think of that when teams do that, bro?
In which way, bro?
Like Real Madrid supporters, what they did was they booed their team when at halftime before. When the halftime happened, when they were losing the game by 2-0. I'm asking you, like, what do you think when football clubs do that? You know what I mean? It's not a regular thing. Real Madrid just won the league title. They won the Champions League last season. So
yeah,
do they really deserve a booing if they're losing a game that they can come back from?
That just shows you the true colours of them people. Real Madrid, the greatest team in the world. That's you know what I mean. Look how many Champions Leagues they win. If their fans are booing them, what hope have the other clubs got? Really, when you really look at it, you're on the top of the tree. Like for me, we don't do that as a club. We would never do that.
No.
unless we lost 10 on the trot or something crazy like that, yeah, then I'll understand it. But when you're losing 2-0 at half time at home after you've won everything last year, that's just embarrassing, you know. That's why I don't really respect Real Madrid as a club. The modern day fans, bro, I don't think the old school fans would be like that.
No chance. No chance, bro.
You know? Yeah. So for me, good. You know, I'm happy they did that. You know what I mean? You don't like we're playing them in a few weeks' time, aren't we? So
yeah, I'm looking forward to that game.
I'm looking forward to that game. That's one club I want to beat. Is that team in that game at Anfield?
Yeah, well, the only club that ever beat them in a final, still to this day, man. That's crazy if you think about it. You know, Alan Kennedy scored a goal. You know what I mean? Alan Kennedy doesn't score a lot of goals. You know what I'm saying? So it's it's a lot. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, isn't it? The only team that beat Real Madrid is Liverpool in a final. Crazy. As you can see, mate, Aston Villa won by 2-0. Bologna. We faced Bologna last week. Was it 2 weeks ago? So we faced them. They were difficult. I don't know how. You know what I mean? Mate, Aston Villa, bro, like, what is going on? Are they just made for Europe or something? Because when you watch them in the Premier League, they're hot and cold, aren't they? It's strange. It's very strange, man.
Duran sort of looks a player as well. Duran, I reckon he's doing all right. You know, him and Watkins sort of taking it in turns to score. Not a bad player.
Team. They're a good team, man. Good team. Just looking throughout the Champions League, what's happened.
Yeah, Stuttgart beat Juventus 1-0 away.
What's happened to Leverkusen, bro? You know what I mean? I thought, you know, Xabi Alonso was, you know, they're drawing with anyone now. They're not even top of the league. But I thought they were going to improve.
Yeah. Brest won their first 2 games.
Yeah.
So they're doing all right in the Champions League. So it was a bit of a tough fixture if you're looking at it. So a 1-1 there with the team that's won 2 games out of 2 could be okay for Leverkusen, you know. And we've got them as well soon as well.
Yeah. We're talking about the teams we're going to get, you know what I'm saying, JK? It's crazy, isn't it, bro? And then you got Man City, usual, you know, customary wins. You know, they're always going to get that 5 goals at home. Haaland's going to score a few. And then you got Foden scoring in the first 3 minutes. Stones scoring again. I mean, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy, man. Oh, Nunez scored a penalty. They gave him a penalty. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Man City is Man City. What do you think of Man City, bro? I don't think they're the team they used to be anymore. I keep going on about that, but it's the truth. Like, I'm looking at them. They're not technically sound anymore. They're not at past teams like they used to anymore. They haven't got that wings that used to like Sterling's and Leroy Sané and things like that. Do you remember? Like, and then you got Yaya Toure in the middle, along with David Silva and all these guys. They haven't got that team that, you know, used to blow you out of the water anymore, do they? If you think about it, bro.
I reckon the biggest thing with them this season, for example, is that Rodri injury, you know. For me, you put Rodri in any team. You give us Rodri. If we had Rodri in the last few years, we're winning them Premier League titles. That's how good that guy is. Like, for me, he's the best in the world in his position. But you take that out of your team, you're going to look more vulnerable.
Yeah.
And I think City look more vulnerable, like you can get a goal against them and stuff. So.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
So that's a good thing. Like, we've got them soon as well.
We're talking about this every time I'm talking about a team. We've got them soon.
You know what I mean? You're gonna pull up Port Vale or someone now.
And then you got Barcelona winning by 4-1 against Bayern Munich.
Yeah, big result.
That's a big result, man. Rafinha, bro. Like, what is going on? I remember we was linked with this guy when he was at Leeds. You know what I mean? To be the backup for Salah. Remember? I had a lot of transfer news about him. But yeah, he's the captain now. He's a captain, isn't he, for them
as well?
It's crazy.
That's that's crazy. But for me, I seen the goals yesterday he scored.
Yeah.
I think Barcelona top of the league this season. So they've sort of what's his name? The German guy. He's come in. Hansi Flick. Hansi Flick came in from the ex-Bayern manager. I like him as a manager. Like, I've seen a few sort of videos and stuff, and because. I'm in Germany and stuff, so I see a lot of interviews of him. I like the way he handles players. A bit like Klopp. He's a little bit like Klopp. So
ruthless,
for me, he's a good guy, bro. I think he's a good manager. I would have took him if we weren't going to get Arne.
Do you think that's something Man United should look at, to be fair, bro? Like, if they're looking for a manager, someone like him.
Someone like him.
If they could, you know, persuade him like to get away from Barcelona, but would he do something at Man United? You know what I mean? Because I don't, like I've always said, when you look at Ten Hag, he's not a good manager, bro. No matter what you could stay here till 5 seasons, they will never improve under him. Do you think that Hansi Flick can be that manager for them, or do they need something else? Because I've always said about Man United, what they need is to just break everything, start from zero, and then work your way up. Because spending money, spending like millions and millions ain't working. Is it? Let's be realistic. Would he last? Would he do well over there? You think? Is he suitable for them? Because a lot of great managers have failed over there.
Well, like Barca weren't really doing well in the last 5 years, for example. So look at that. He's got on top of the league, beating Bayern Munich 4-1 at home in the Champions League. So they're sort of going in the right direction.
Yeah.
It's all about the manager for me. You can bring anyone in, you know. But I think Man United are a sort of tainted club. Look, Jose Mourinho went there. He couldn't sort that mess out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even Van Gaal,
You know what I mean? If he
how good
can't,
Van Gaal was back in the day, you know what I mean?
there you go.
If they can't do that, what chance have these people got? You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
That's me talking about that. Me and JK guys. Please get the chats coming through. Big up John Conway. Big up Janet. Big up Sideline Football Show. Please go subscribe to Sideline Football Show. Big up everyone from Joe Powell. Big up brother Cedric. As always, thank you for coming on, bro. Appreciate that. Heritage. That's the word I was looking for. Edward. Well said, bro. Thank you very much for that. Big up Callum as always, man. Bayern could be going out of the Champions League. It's crazy, isn't it? It's absolutely crazy if that happens, man. You know, Harry Kane is a jinx, man. That's what he is.
The fans are already sort of going after Kompany already. They already go. Like I've seen a few videos already from Bayern Munich fans. Oh, we don't want this guy here. I knew he weren't the right choice for them. Just had a funny feeling about it. I just knew he wouldn't be able. I don't know.
But, bro, what were they watching to make them think like he's a good manager? That's what I don't understand. It's not like he was relegated. Burnley.
He was relegated with Burnley and gets a Bayern Munich job. That's the modern day football now, you know. I think because he's an old Man City captain, winner, sort of needy everything, and they thought, you know what, his training, like I think he's a good coach, maybe, like he's a sort of firm character. He ain't like an idiot, you know what I mean? But sometimes being too over aggressive in how you're coming across to your players could be a bad thing, you know. Like for me, what I liked about Klopp was you seen Klopp having a laugh with his players, hugging them, laughing, but then we never really seen the serious side of it. He did it all behind closed doors, where Kompany does it all on camera. I've seen a video of him when he was at Burnley shouting and swearing at their players, man, in the training, you know. I was like, bloody hell. And I think he's trying too hard to be that type of guy, you know. That's my opinion. Like, you know, when you try too hard, it ain't gonna work
100%.
Yeah, he's trying to show the world he's a proper guy for coaching, you know. That's what he's trying to portray. I think he needs to take that, put it to the side and be a nice guy for a while, and maybe the team will play better with him.
Yeah, spot on, bro. Well, there's the league, you know what I mean? Mate, I don't know about you, but I don't know how this works. I haven't studied it. I don't have the time in it, so it's a bit difficult for me to study the Champions League, how the format is and all that stuff. But yeah, this is how it is, bro. Like, Aston Villa are top. I mean, it's crazy when you see all those teams below them. Look at Real Madrid.
It's mad.
Is it one league like this, or what is it? I don't understand.
That is one league. Top 8 go through.
Yeah.
And then what I think it's the bottom 8 are out. They're not in the Europa League, nothing. They're gone from Europe. And then what happens is there's playoffs.
But where's the last 16, bro? Like, how does that happen then?
It's 8. The first 8 go through. And I think it's the other 8, the second lot of 8 teams, they play against each other. So 4 games. I think it's 4 games. I'm not sure if it's a 2-leg thing. And then the bottom 8, they go out.
Okay.
So 8, 16, 24. Is it? Can you check if it's 24 teams in there? At the bottom of the table?
It's more than that, mate. It's 36 teams.
Oh, God, bloody hell.
Okay, so 8, how can 8 go through? Like, when you got all these teams in there, it's one league. You know what I mean? This is what I'm saying, bro. How can we criticize, you know, the Super League idea when we're already doing it right now? You know what I mean? I don't know about you, but I'm used to the other one. I think the other one should come back. I don't like this one. I mean, I miss home and away. You know what I mean? Home and away games. Like, it doesn't exist anymore now. It's beyond belief, man. We're allowing this to happen. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And no one's even talked about this topic. Like, as soon as I found out they were doing this, I was like, yo, why aren't the content creators saying anything about this? You know, like, for me, they don't really care. No. Like, when you look at the football principles, a lot of fan channels, they don't talk about these type of things. Like, who wants this type of league format? I don't. I like the traditional 4 teams in a group, home and away,
Exactly.
top two go through, job done. You know, this looks too much like going on. You know what I mean?
JK, I've heard a lot of experts like in football say the same thing. I don't get it. I don't know how this works. You know what I mean? If everybody's saying the same thing, then we must be all in the same boat because none of us gets it. It's like they haven't presented it well. You know what I mean? When you get something new, you got to present it to convince the people first, innit, bro? And they haven't done that, and that's what's frustrated me more than anything. When they introduced the old Champions League, the one before this one. Before that, it was just the champions of every country go through. You draw whoever. You know what I mean? That's how it was. You know what I mean? And then you go to the next round. You go to the next round. That's what it was. Then they changed it to the Champions League, which was like a group, like 4 teams, home and away. The top 2 go through, and etc. But now none of us understand it. We're trying to understand it, but it doesn't look good. If you know what I mean, JK. And I don't see anything better coming out of this. I think they need to rethink this at the end of the season, and maybe go back to the old one, or make this one something people could understand. You know what I mean? Make it into
but you know
something.
what it is, bro. When I think it was last year when they asked the clubs about VAR, Wolverhampton Wanderers are the only team that sort of complained about VAR and said they don't want it no more.
I can't believe we wasn't part
Liverpool
of
did
those
not
teams
even
after
say
what
a
happened to
word.
us.
There you go. And so for me, when they will ask all the clubs, are you happy with the new format? You got to like it. Like they're sort of trying to persuade them to like it and stuff. They'll say, yeah, we're all right with it. You know what I mean? The clubs don't fight for things certain times. Like for me, VAR and this are 2 major things that are happening in football in the last few years. This, for me, is just too chaotic, too big, too long, too much going on. And the VAR, you can't even celebrate a goal no more.
It's crazy.
You got to wait.
Especially when you say that, bro.
Now.
Like it's crazy. Like I mean,
who makes these decisions? When you've seen the video when they did the Champions League draw just now, they did a sort of promotional video for the new format. They had all the old players in there, and it was a bit of a joke. Maybe you should see it, and you realize what
I
I'm trying to say.
will when I'm off later on, man. I'm done with it, to be fair, bro. I don't want to be sitting there, looking at the Champions League format and trying to make sense out of it, bro. It's too much for me to even look at it.
It's too much.
Normally I like to study things and then I'll figure it out for myself afterwards. But nah, that's enough now. Top 8 go through. I can't. Nah, guys. Nah, not for me. But guys, sorry. I've been late today. I've been doing a lot of stuff. We're gonna now obviously talk about Liverpool, and then we're gonna end it there. Hopefully at the end of the show. Lots to talk about. Liverpool won by obviously 1-0 against Leipzig. We should have had more. We should have had a penalty as well. So let's discuss that, and then we discuss individual players and what we can improve on for the Arsenal game, upcoming game against Arsenal as well. Yes, bro. Bro, I haven't discussed this with a lot of people about Arne Slot. What do you think of him, man? Like as a manager, like so far, are we jumping the gun too early in regards to praising him a lot, and say we're title contenders, we're Champions League contenders. What do you like? What from your? I never asked someone else like from their point of view what they think of him. Me, when I look at Arne Slot, it looks like he will win the game by any means necessary. If you look at the old regime, we had to play a certain way to win games. You know what I mean? And that's the only way. I don't think we've done enough studying of the other teams. If you know what I mean. I thought under Klopp it was we play our way and that's the way we win. We don't look at other teams' tactics or anything like that. But with the Arne Slot, it looks like the guy is willing to win by any means necessary, even if we play boring football. Sometimes we get out possession, sometimes we get out run, but we're still like doing good, if you know what I mean. Are we jumping the gun too early, or is this what we expected and plus an improvement to what we're seeing at the moment?
Like for me, You know, when a new guy comes into a job, I was saying this on 12th Man Show yesterday, when new guy comes in, it isn't how he plays, it's about getting results. Imagine he lost 4 games already in these games he's had already. We'll be moaning a little bit. So for him, he don't care. He just wants to win the game because he wants to get settled in. He don't want no backlash from the fans. Who's this guy replacing Klopp, blah, blah, blah. So for me, he sort of has done really well. Because of the squad he walked into Anfield with. That sort of helped him a lot as well. But people like Gravenberch have shined more, even Gapco, you know, these type of players into him. So I think he's a serious guy, but I think like for me in interviews, don't give out too much information about how you played the game and how you won the game. Have a bit of a joke and stuff. I think we just used to Klopp his persona on the mic.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Yeah.
Like the guy was like, you could just watch the guy all day. You know, he'll make you laugh. He'll make you think about something serious. Where Slot is a very serious type of guy. I've seen him have a little.
Is that good though, bro? Is that good to be like serious and give it information away? Because is he playing a game? You know what I mean? Is he playing a game with the information he's giving away, or is this how he really is, honest manager? Like, because you know some people they do that just to confuse people and all that stuff. You get what I'm saying, bro? It's purposely done. That's what I meant to say, JK.
Yeah. I think I don't want him to be trying to be too smart, if you understand what I mean. You know, when you try to be too smart, sometimes you get caught out and then people will just jump on you. I'm thinking he's trying to show us fans that he's a serious guy. He's no joker. And I think that's what's coming across. I think give it this time next year, I think you might see him a more of a relaxed guy. If we win something this year, you know, if we win the Champions League or the Premier League, for example, him next season will be a bit more relaxed, I believe. It's a big job for him, you know. He's on the world stage now. He's on the world stage, and he didn't want to come across as a bit of an idiot or he didn't know what he's doing type of guy. And I think him also not playing people like Endo, Gomez, and all these types of guys, he's trying to show the players he's serious as well. He took Salah off yesterday after 61 minutes.
What do you think about that? You know, the way Salah behaves when he's coming off, bro. Like for a senior player, seasoned pro. Do you think it's not good? You know, for us, obviously a player like that to show the youngsters the way he's behaving when he's coming off. He wasn't even in the game, bro. He wasn't doing much as well. He wasn't passing. He was shooting every opportunity that he got. So if you're not really, not doing things for the team to win, what's the point keeping you on the pitch? You know what I mean? You're not scoring goals. That's number one. Number two, you're not contributing to help the team either in defensively as well as attack. You know what I mean? So him coming off, I thought it was the best idea in my opinion because I wasn't agreeing with the performance on the pitch. To be fair, bro.
Okay. Like for me, Salah can play every game. Like he's so fit in that way. But the thing is, I understand it. Like for me, he shouldn't come off sulking. Also, when Diaz came on for him, he couldn't find his feet. Diaz straight away. And Salah's the type of guy, he can make something happen just like that. He could be out the game for 89 minutes, 90th minute, he'll get a winner. So for me, Salah's got that sort of speciality in him. Hence why I don't mind him staying on. I wish he just comes off with a smile sometimes. He set up the winner yesterday. Let's get that right, you know.
Let's get that right. Yeah, 100%.
So for him, if he didn't do that header in that time.
But you know, with me, like when I look at Salah, he's looking for goal records. Let's just keep it a buck. He's looking for goal records. That's what he's all about. Let's be honest. Because if he wasn't in that Nottingham Forest game, he should have created at least 2 goals with the opportunities that he had. Let's keep it a buck. Let's be real here. With him, when he's like doing things like this, I saw him after that goal. He kept on shooting from difficult angles and trying to get that goal. It's a good thing if you're a striker, obviously, if you're doing that. But if you're a creative player, like try create more chances for your team to get more goals. And then if you get more goals, then your opportunities in the game will become easier. Do you get what I'm saying, JK?
Yeah.
If we're winning by 2 or 3 goals, they have to come out, don't they? They have to come out and score goals. So if each time they come out, we could counter attack and he could get his goals, if you know what I mean, brother. But he doesn't give himself that opportunity. From the first minute, he wants to shoot from the right hand side to the top corner. You can't keep doing that, bro. Sometimes you got to launch the ball to the far post so someone can header it in. But then again, it could be a mind games from slot. You know what I mean? It could be mind games from slot. Get him angry for the Arsenal game, then he'll perform differently. We've seen that before, haven't we, JK? And then the rest is history, to be fair, brother.
But I believe if it weren't for Salah's hunger and his desire to be top scorer, this, that, and the other, we wouldn't be so successful in that time period, you know. Like for me, we're top of the league. Why? Because of Salah. Weekend against Chelsea, you got a goal, penalty, set up a goal, bang. Yeah. And that's why for me, I would never say nothing bad about that guy. Like for me, what a player. Like
100%. I'm with you with that, man. I'm not criticizing him like because of his past performances or anything like that. I'm trying to give you guys an option. Everybody deserves a criticism. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say here. I'm as real as it gets, JK. You know that. I don't beat around the bush or anything like that. If I see something bad happening in the game and I spot it, I'm gonna point it out. I'm a Liverpool fan, first of all. Players don't come. I'm not like when I was younger, when I used to just praise players that I liked only. You know what I mean? I don't do that anymore. A team wins you titles. Individual brilliance does win you games. But if a team as a collective don't pull together and strives towards that goal, you're going to win a title. Let's be honest there. So look at Man City. We talk about our club, always talking about world-class players here and there. Man City don't talk about their players being world-class. You don't hear them say things like that. We do. But, you know, although we do have world-class players, we don't win as much as we should. Do you know what I mean, brother? We should be winning more titles. Yeah, but this is what I'm trying to say. Like, if we're praising those players to the highest standards, then you got to perform to the highest standards, which means we've got to set up players that are in a better position when we're like trying to win a game as well. If he passed the right passes against Nottingham Forest, we would have won that game, but they didn't. You know what I mean, it's not just him. There's a lot of players off that day as well. So, like I said, bro, I'm never gonna like go against, you know, Salah for what he did at Liverpool Football Club. He's going to be in the all-time 11. Let's be realistic here. And you know that, JK.
Yeah.
But if I see something and I see the manager pulling him off for that, you know what I mean, I have to point it out. Because like I said about Slot before when we spoke about it, I don't want him just pulling out the youngsters, you know what I mean, all the time. And, you know, the weak players that people say they're weak. I mean, I wanted to see if the likes of Trent, Salah, Van Dijk, if they play a bad game, pull them off as well, bro. Don't just pull off the likes of Kwanzaa and players like that. You got to treat everyone the same. You know what I mean? That's how I see it. I know a lot of people don't see it like that, but that's how I see it. Treat everyone the same.
Salah's played a lot of football already this season you know what I mean? So he played the full 90 against Chelsea, yeah?
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I didn't think of him.
He never gets subbed off, bro. That was the first time I've seen it, probably, where he got subbed off so early. Like, come on, bro. When was the last time we've seen that happen? Never. Yeah. So for me to see that, Salah loves playing football. I think sometimes fans get a bit like, I don't like seeing that when a player's sort of sulking, getting off the pitch. You know what I mean? He did shake Slot's hand at the same time yesterday, but
he did.
Yeah. So for me, he just loves playing. He loves it. He don't want to come off the pitch because he loves playing that much, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, so I want to ask you a question, bro. Sorry. What's the difference between Klopp and Arne Slot? Like, what do you see on the pitch that's different compared to Klopp? What makes you think like we're striding towards a better season this season with Arne Slot?
Like the major difference I see is the head of hair on Klopp. That's the main one. Now, but for me, Slot, like what I noticed, like yesterday, what I liked sometimes in the game yesterday was we were winning 1-0. Yeah. Virgil was like 0.0 miles per hour. He was just standing there with the ball. If you understand, like near the halfway line, contemplating what he's going to do next. I like that. Yeah. He's doing that more now than, say, under Klopp, where he just gets the ball, just keeps it in front of him, looks around for about 3, 4, 5 seconds, and he was doing that more. I think we're playing the game more like a chess game in that way of the times we put energy into it, attacking-wise, and times where we sort of sit back and let them sort of play. But I always say the less ball the other opposition have, less chance of them scoring. So
yeah, 100%, bro. You're right. You're right. You know what I like about Arne Slot as well, bro. He's not all about pretty football. You know what I mean? I think we will get to a point in the season that we play a different type of football to what we're doing right now. A lot of us are not happy, like in regards to watching Liverpool, but you can't really blame the manager if he hasn't had full preseason with the players and implemented his ideas. Do you get what I'm saying, JK? I said it yesterday. Like, these players came back from the Euros in the last game of the preseason, which is Seville at home. Remember, they came in and that was their first ever preseason. So he didn't have a whole summer with them to let them know the way we're playing. And not only that, some of his coaching staff are still coming through the door. I don't know if people actually know that. There was one last week that's just come through the door. So he hasn't got, everything in place just yet. And what impresses me more than anything, guys, we're top of everything playing right now, playing the way we're playing. You know what I mean? So can you imagine when everything comes together where we can be? It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I'm hoping it becomes better. You know what I mean? I'm hoping. But yeah, man, so far so good. You know what I mean? Like, I love the way we played on the club, gun-ho football, up and down, out battling teams and all that stuff. But, sometimes we could have we should have been cautious more. I think we lost our identity in regards to defending and the club, which was special back in the day, as I can remember. I remember, Van Dijk used to say, "I love clean sheets." Remember, JK used to say things like that, and we forgot about that. Last season, the reason we didn't win the league is because we was conceding goals in the first 5 minutes every single time. And I was telling you that, JK, and a lot of people had to go at me about it. And I said, this has happened too often. And everybody was saying to me, no, we're going to improve during the season. And we didn't. You know what I mean? Because you got to rectify those issues before it continues. Do you know what I mean? And we didn't do that. If we rectified those issues, those games we drew and lost, maybe we could have won, if you know what I mean, JK.
But I think, you know what the problem with Klopp was in the last few years? Pep Linders. Having him on his side. He sort of ruined Klopp's image, his gameplay, everything, Pep Linders, man, that guy. Like, they lost yesterday, Salzburg at home, 2-0, I think. Yeah. So for me, why was that guy given too much sort of right to say too much? He was giving press conferences for the league games, you know what I mean? Pep Linders. And that's what ruined Klopp's last year's, in my opinion.
No, 100%. I'm a Buvic guy. I told you this, JK, before. I'm a Buvic guy. I knew what Buvic was all about. He made the place calmer than what it was. It got chaotic, didn't it? It got too much, We're giving out tactics in YouTube. We're giving out tactics in books and things like that. You know what I mean, bro? Who does things like that? And
who does things like that?
And then you got people praising him at the same time. And I said,
I don't understand it.
Yeah, like, are you watching the same thing we're watching, or what? Like, are you a Liverpool fan, or what are you?
I
can see the guy is dumb. I'm sorry to say it. I know we won the Champions League with him, but that's all of Buvic's, role. Buvic got us there. He just took over after Buvic left, and then, obviously we won the Champions League once, the Premier League once, but Buvic put everything in place before him. And if Buvic was still here, but probably Klopp would have been still here. You know what I mean? Because when Buvic left, I thought Klopp didn't look like Klopp anymore. I don't know about you, Jay. He didn't look the same manager.
It wasn't the same.
He looked depressed. He lost weight. His face dented in, and it wasn't the same guy, in my opinion. Because the calmness that Buvic brought to the club, and Dortmund and Mainz is what's the mirror image of those clubs right now. Look at Dortmund; they used to be 15th and all that stuff. Now they're challenging for titles, and Mainz they're always in the Bundesliga now. I mean, it's that team that got them there. And I don't think Buvic gets enough credit for that, bro. I think too many people give a lot of credit to Pep Linders, and what they fail to realize, the demise of Klopp was Linders.
Was Pep Linders,
in my opinion. In my
Simple
opinion.
as.
I know,
Exactly.
people disagree with that, but in my opinion,
agree with that. That's what I was been saying since day one, And I think what Pep Linders is, he suffers what Vincent Kompany suffers, trying to bloody hard to impress the world of football.
Bro.
Simple. It's as simple as that. And people like that won't be successful. Why?
No.
Because they're trying too bloody hard to show us, oh, I'm special. Pep Linders, man. Like, you got the Salzburg job, you know. Soon
Well,
as
are they
Klopp
in the
said
league now?
what it is, they're fourth, but they've got 2 games in hand. If they win them 2, they're top. So at the end of the day, Batistic's been getting minutes like as a sub.
Yeah.
I've seen that. I think he got 20 minutes yesterday and at the weekend. But for me, yeah, him and Vincent Kompany trying to impress the world of football, of what they know and what they can do and stuff. You know, and that's what it is.
They're just copying Pep Guardiola. That's what they're doing, bro. You know what I mean? That's what the whole world is doing. You know what I mean? And the only teams that's not doing what Pep Guardiola is doing is Liverpool and you know teams around teams like Liverpool basically.
Yeah, look,
we're
Arteta
playing
went from Man
different,
City,
aren't
yeah.
we? That shows. I've always said it, JK. Pep Guardiola brainwashes everybody. He thinks his way of football is the way to play football. That's what he thinks, yeah. But the only teams that beat him is the anti-Pep Guardiola formations. Do you get what I'm saying, JK? The one who don't play that kind of formations. That's the only teams that actually beat him. Because like at the end of the day, bro, Pep Guardiola plays this passing way, 4-3-3, etc. You know the way he plays. If you're the master of that formation, shouldn't you be the one that could go over that formation if teams play similar to you? Shouldn't you know the way to go around it?
Yeah.
That's what I keep telling people. You know what I mean? If I create a computer and someone else is looking at it and he wants to do similar to what I'm doing, he wouldn't. I know, even if he did, I know a way around it. You know what I mean? How to go around what he created. If it makes sense, you know what I mean? It's always like that. He created a formation, and if people play similar to him, he's the only one that could overwrite that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
That's how it is. People need to understand that. He's brainwashing everybody. That's what he's doing. And the only ones that go over that is the ones who play a different formation, not similar to his. That he always struggles against as well. He struggles against Crystal Palace. He struggles against Wolves. He struggles against Brentford, and
true.
and that's how it is. I don't know if you agree, JK. If you know what I mean.
No, I agree with that. But I think I respect Pep Guardiola's sort of persona in that way, where he's been successful, but it's cost a lot of money to do so.
Oh, yeah.
I always said if he was manager of Luton Town,
Yeah.
with a budget of like 2 million or 1 million or whatever, and then he came up, won the Premier League, won the Champions League, then you could say, you know what, he's the greatest of all time. He's always had a big purse, Guardiola. He spent like over $250 million on his defense alone.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, Jurgen Klopp spent £5. I always say that on Robertson down the pub, and that's the difference there. And like that's why I would never sort of moan in the era of Klopp and Guardiola. Klopp Klopp's beat Guardiola. He's the most guy who's won against Guardiola. Jurgen Klopp.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, no doubt
So
about that.
for me, I reckon.
But do you think it's like what I said? It's a lot of brainwashing going on, bro. Like everybody copying him and then like try to beat him with his own formation. You know what I mean?
Look, Arteta went there, trained, coached them and everything. So he's learned everything from him, and he's trying to sort of copy that as well. It can work if you've got the players to work that system, you know. If you haven't got the players, really, that system's not going to really work. Look at the players at Man City.
Yeah.
In every position, world class, sort of, you know. Doku for me isn't my type of player, but
He's effective,
everyone else,
though. He's effective in the games.
he is, but he just doesn't. He isn't my type of winger. Like for me, he's like Diaz. If Diaz could cross better, because he can score goals, like we've seen it this season, scored about 5. If he can cross, that's the only thing that lacks. Where Salah does cross the ball, he gets assists. Diaz don't get enough assists for me.
That's the problem with Diaz. I've always said that. Like,
That's it.
I love what you do, Diaz. Outside the goals, but what do you do? You know what I mean? And you know, people don't ask those questions. Like you just said, with Salah, although he scores goals, he creates goals as well. But Diaz is the creativity side that we're missing from him. Can you imagine if he gets that together, what kind of a player he could be?
But for me, bro, Diaz's main asset is his ball retention. The way he keep hold of that ball for 10 seconds, no problem. The team gets in shape, job done. Now, he's the number one. He's like the best in the league for me at doing that. Trying to get the ball off Diaz is very hard.
Yeah.
So when he's got the ball, everyone else knows they've got a few seconds to get back in their positions. Bang. And that's Diaz's main asset into the team. I always say that. But for me, as a winger, I love to see him float one in, Darwin header. You know, something like that, like the old days. You know, like the old school wingers. Beat a
I
man,
miss that. I
cross
don't
it.
know. Like
I miss
sometimes
that.
I've always said it, JK. Like you know, sometimes you got to go old school wingers. You know, what I mean, you look at it wasn't it refreshing to see Neto play on the left against us the other day, and look how well he played. You know, what I mean,
Top
sometimes you
player.
got to go down that route. If a game is not going right, maybe you got to go outside to get back in. If you know what I mean, guys, and. Yeah, it was very refreshing to see Neto play on the left the other day against
One guy I
Liverpool.
wanted to buy for years. I always wanted him at Liverpool. Imagine him at Liverpool, him. He would have been dangerous. What did we do? How much was he? 57 million, I think.
Yeah, because
We could have
the
got him
knee
and
injury,
Chiesa
innit?
in.
It's the knee injury, innit? His kneecap came off, didn't it, or something?
He had a really bad injury. But this,
Yeah.
like on Sunday, he looked lively. He looked good.
Solid,
He's a
mate.
top player, man. That's one guy I
Are
wish
you opposed
we
to
had.
that, like playing the old style sometimes, like the old style
I like it.
wingers, like left-footed, like John Barnes, kind of David
Yeah.
Beckham, Ryan Giggs, David Beckham, like that kind of thing.
You know what it is? Like for me, you know, it's like art. You know, when you score a beautiful goal, guy gets it from defense, passes to the midfield. He like sort of diagonal ball to the winger. Winger beats the guy and does a top class cross, and the centre forward heads it in. That for me is like top level art. You know, and when you see that in a game, sometimes you enjoy the goal more compared to like pass score. I like the crossing the ball sometimes. You know.
It's like that comment Edward said. Slot has more than one way to play. Do you agree with that compared to Klopp? Are we doing it too early? Are we doing it too early? Is that the next thing I was?
I think he like, you know what it is with Klopp. He knew his way worked, so he kept with it. If you understand my point, where Slot, he's got the sort of he don't go full pelt like yesterday's game. He didn't. They started stronger than us.
Yeah, they
Leipzig.
did.
And
Was it
in
20
a lot
minutes,
of games,
15 minutes, something like that? 20
yeah,
minutes to 15 minutes.
they had a few little runs or whatever, you know. So for me, he doesn't go like Klopp used to destroy teams within 10, 15 minutes at the start of the game. He'll get a goal or two.
Yeah.
And that was like full pelt. And I like that. I prefer that myself, the Klopp way of playing football. But what Slot's done, he's brought peace to the team. You know, like we feel more sort of like McAllister, like for me, is one of my favourite players at Liverpool in that way where he can get the ball, pass it, he can control a game. And I think in the gears we are playing with Slot, it gives us the chance to do that. With Klopp, it was fifth gear, fourth gear, fifth gear. And it was sometimes the players used to get flustered.
Yeah.
Now we're playing like a second, third gear sort of game, and the players seem a little bit more sort of suited to it, and their game is getting better. So that's the difference there, I think.
100%. We'll move on to the formation. In the last game, obviously, I picked Endo to play, but I don't think Slot fancies Endo. So Kelleher was in goal. What do you think of his performance, bro? Like Kelleher, man, this guy,
Sorted.
and right now, goodness gracious me.
He's playing man of the match, saying some people, you know. Top lad. He's really impressed me in the way he's sort of... The only thing I didn't like was his comments about... He said an interview about 3 weeks ago or something, remember?
Yeah.
I wish he never did that. There was no really need to do it, you know. At the end of the day, I understand the disrespect. They've signed a goalie. He's going to come in next year and he's gone back on loan. Yeah. That would actually do my head in as well if I was Kelleher, you know. I understand that, hence why his comments came out. If that didn't happen, that guy... we didn't sign that guy, he wouldn't have said them comments. 100%. That's my opinion. Yeah.
Big up Alexandra. Big up. Yeah, we're in a great spot, bro. You're 100% right. We're in a great spot. Yeah, you know, with Kelleher, you know, like it's what you said, bro. He shouldn't have said what he said, especially a team that got you, a football club that got you to where you are. You know what I mean? If you're not playing with the likes of Alisson and compete with Alisson, you wouldn't be the goalkeeper that you are right now. Let's be honest. Let's keep it a buck here. Yeah. If he was with Karius and Millionaire, I don't think he was making the saves that he's been making recently. So
he's learned a lot from him.
Yeah, we've done a lot for him. So he needs to like relax. You know what I mean? You will get your time to move away to another club. But the thing is, sometimes when you move away from Liverpool, the grass is not always green on the other side. And what he needs to understand is Alisson is not always fit during the season. So you're gonna get large amount of games during the season as well, which he's getting right now. I mean, Alisson, I've heard it's going to be probably beyond November now. You know what I mean? So he could be out for a while.
There you go.
I heard the injury could be more serious than they first thought. If you know what I mean? So. So yeah, so he's gonna get a lot of games. Yeah, just like you said, bro. If you wanted to leave, you should have said it in the summer when the transfer window was open.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't say it after the transfer window is closed and they start moaning. That's not respectful to the.
And who
club
told him to say it, bro? You know, like
Yeah.
he must have got sort of his agent telling him in his ear, say this now, and like use your own brain. At the end of the day, yeah, bro. We know Alisson's sort of got injuries. He gets injuries in the last few years. If Kelleher 5 years ago say, you know what, in the future I'm going to be playing Champions League games for Liverpool away in Germany, and I'm going to be playing against Arsenal away in the Premier League, bro, come on, he should be counting his lucky stars as well, you know. Hence why I wasn't really happy with his comments. I think his agent, I think sometimes that was just the frustration of getting that other guy, the Georgian guy. That's just that. But for me, his agent should have told him, you know what, don't say nothing because you're going to get game time.
Spot on.
He's going to get game time. So if you're going to get game time for Liverpool, there's no need to say anything.
Mate, the football club let you play in a final like more than once. You know what I mean?
More than once.
That's how much
respect
they think of you.
Respect.
Yeah, they show you that much respect. If you go to the likes of Nottingham Forest or Wolverhampton and all that teams, although you will get first team football, you're not going to get trophy count. You're not going to get that. You're not going to look back at the end of your career. I've won, a league. I've won this Champions League. I've won the Super Cup. You're not going to get that over there.
You ain't going to get
Liverpool. Play your part, bro.
There you go.
Play your part. Man.
Exactly, man.
Yeah. So Tsimikas, I want to talk about Tsimikas because we always talk about the rest of the players. We don't give credit to the players that don't play a lot at the football club. He got man of the match yesterday. Tsimikas.
First half.
Did you think like he deserved it?
I think first half, see the crosses he was doing.
Oh,
like, whoa.
Didn't we score? The Salah one wasn't it him who crossed the ball?
Yeah, he crossed it to Salah. Salah headed it to Darwin and he scored. So he sort of set that up as well then.
Wow.
So, and he did that Darwin header. Remember that Darwin header?
Yeah.
He had beautiful cross as well. And I like that. That's what I was on about, getting the crosses in. When Darwin did that header, I thought either side of the goalie that's in, and that would have been a beautiful goal. That's the type of goals I like. Yeah. You know, out of nothing, cross, bang, goal. And I think Tsimikas yesterday played really good in the first half, like attacking wise and stuff. Kept a clean sheet as well.
He's underrated, bro, like Tsimikas.
He's underrated. He's better than what I thought he was.
Yeah, it was him that crossed it in. I'm just watching the game back.
Yeah, it was him.
I think he's underrated, bro. A lot of people criticize him. They say we need another left back. But for Robertson, we probably need another left back. I don't want to criticize Robertson a lot, but I can see like that's not what I'm watching now. It's not the Robertson that I know. That's my opinion, JK. I'm not here to criticize if you think he's still does something.
But if he did what Tsimikas did yesterday in the first half, get the ball, cross it, no one would really moan then. If you understand, he's not crossing the ball. Cross the ball like he used. For me, he look how many assists.
What do you see that's different with Robertson compared to what I see? I don't see Robertson bumping up and down that wing anymore. His defensive side is limited to what he used to be before. I think he lost that yard of pace. When you watched him against Chelsea, I thought that winger had him a few times. He couldn't catch him. He fell to the floor. You know what I mean? It's not the Robertson that I don't want Robertson's legacy to be. The reason I'm saying what I'm saying, the reason what I say about players, bro, is I don't want their legacy to be get him out the door. He's not good enough anymore. He's shit. That can happen. You know what I mean? 1 minute we could be praising those players. Next minute we'll be saying, F off and get off the pitch. You know what I mean? That's how football fans are.
That's how football fans are, yeah.
That's what worries me, you know what I mean, about these players. They forget what these players have done for us. They forget like where these players have got us in the world of football. We wouldn't be, champions of Europe or champions of the Premier League if it wasn't for the likes of Robertson and players like that, because players before them that people consider the greatest at Liverpool Football Club haven't done half of what these guys have done. You know what I mean? They've won every trophy in the highest level. So I don't want their legacy to be in the future. Get him out the football club. He's not good enough. He's crap, etc. and all that stuff, bro. That's what.
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah, I understand what you mean, and I've heard sort of sometimes fans moaning at that. But for me, Robertson, like he's been there, done it. So for me, him being involved, like he can give Tsimikas, like Tsimikas might have improved with Robertson's help, because when Robertson got broke his arm and stuff, so he had time to tell Tsimikas what to do. And then Tsimikas did the same thing, broke his collarbone or something. But for me, them two left backs for this season, no problem. I have no problem if Robertson starts. We've got a lot of clean sheets. Robertson's been part of that.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
There you go. So that's the facts. If we were conceding 2 goals a game, then I'd say, you know what, we've got a problem here. We've got the most clean sheets, and Robertson's been part of that, man.
Yeah, spot on. Great clearing that up. With guys with Tsimikas, you know, every time he plays, he doesn't really let the team down. You know what I mean? So I don't know why people have got something on him. You know what I mean? He never complains. He never, brings things into the limelight. Even when he's substituted, if he's coming on as a sub, he's always smiling. That's what I love about him. I don't know about you, JK. I love players like that, are there for the team. They're not here for their own, interest, if you know what I mean, brother. And whenever I see Tsimikas since he's been here, he's always been the shining light around the locker room, and he's always, praising players when they finish the game. I don't know if you ever see him when the game is finished. Even when he doesn't come on, he just goes straight to the football pitch, and goes and hugs everybody, smiles with them, and even when we lose games or draw games, he's always that player that's praising the rest of the players on the pitch as well. And give him respect for that, man. Give him respect for that, because he does that a lot. And I mean, and not many players that are not really playing a lot of games do things like that. So give him respect for that one, man.
He's playing Champions League. He's starting Champions League games away in Germany as well.
Yeah.
So he's thinking, you know what, I'd rather stay here and put a shift in instead of just moping around and not starting every game,
Exactly, bro.
That's what I like about him. He's got a good attitude, this lad.
What about this guy, man? You know what I mean? Every time we play in Europe, he starts performing. I think he's a European player instead of a Premier League player. But then again, he done all right in the Premier League games as well. I can't really complain about that. But I love Cody Gakpo, bro. I don't think he gets the credit that he deserves. Him playing on the left right now shows I wasn't wrong last season when I said he can play in that number 9 familiar role, but he's more of a winger. You know what I mean? Likes to cut off the left, cut inside, either shoot or put the ball in the far post so someone can header it in. And he could shoot from outside the box. He saw a couple of shots yesterday. Should have actually scored. But, this guy is similar to Tsimikas as well. Never complains, gets on with it. He was one of the best players in the European Cup in the summer as well. I mean, I think he's one of the top scorers, wasn't he, in the European Cup? I think he got a trophy for that as well. So...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you have this ammunition in your football club, isn't it great to see, bro?
Right attitude as well. Another guy, top attitude, bro. Good lad as well, you know what I mean? That's the good thing about Liverpool football players. Most of them are top lads, you know what I mean? Like when you see them on camera or on the pitch and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's good. That's what I like about Gakpo as well. He don't really moan and stuff. He knows he's playing at a big club. He's happy. He's getting game time as well now. Diaz has had a few games now. He hasn't started.
Yeah.
So, and I think Gakpo yesterday played pretty good. He did that run shot. I wish it went in, near the end. But happy with him. Top scorer at the Euros. Started this season okay.
100%, bro. I like him. I really like Gakpo. I've never said a bad word about him, even when he wasn't playing as well as people wanted him to play. I thought like him playing in a central midfield role, part of the 3 wasn't a right position for him. But what I like about him, JK, he's willing to sacrifice his positions in the team for the benefit of the team. You know what I mean, bro? And I love that about him. He never complains. Never complains, bro. Top 8 go through, bottom 8 don't go through, and middle 16 have playoffs. Okay.
Oh, it's the middle 16 then. Okay, nice one, Edward.
Okay, nice one, Edward, bro. Nice one. Amanda Stelvey. Yeah, it is what it is. Salah is more disappointed about himself, maybe. Yeah, I agree, Callum. I agree. You're spot on, bro. He's a demanding player, innit? He puts a lot of demand on himself as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But he set up the winner, bro. Like for me, he did what he needed to do. Yeah. I would have said, hey, come on, Salah, we got Arsenal Sunday. I think these guys can handle it. You know what I mean? Do you think
I'm like, I know people don't like me for that. Do you think I'm too critical of players, or am I too honest about players? What do you think? Like, I want to get your opinion, the way I talk.
No, like for me, if you state the obvious, and that's what it's all about, you're not making an agenda up. You're seeing it, you're saying it, job done, And I think a lot of us fans are like that, where we see something. where I wouldn't do agendas against players. They're playing for your team, you know what I mean? Where I'm seeing a lot of Liverpool fans, they're all got agendas. I don't like Robertson. I don't like Robertson 24/7.
Yeah.
So you don't do that, and I like that. But if something's not right, you say it. And that's what
Listen,
you should
JK,
do.
we're as old as each other. You know what I mean? I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly at Liverpool Football Club. And I've always said that if we don't point it out beforehand, you know what I mean, then we can't rectify those issues. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not, listen, we're not those type of fans that, put players in a situation that, we call them crap and shit and all that stuff, do we? So, I mean, it's the same thing anyway. But I mean, we just give them little criticism, but when they need praising, we give them the praise, don't we? Okay, so
Yeah, you got to do that.
what do you
I
think
don't
of
go over the
Konate
top
this season?
though.
Go, carry on, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's like when I praise players, I don't go OTT with it. I'll get carried away with it. Oh, he's the best in the world, and this, that, yeah. Like for me, Virgil van Dijk is the best centre back in the world, but you will never really hear me say that.
I think he's under the radar this season, bro. Like I've said it in a previous stream. I think he was on this chat or something when I said when Virgil van Dijk plays well, Liverpool starts, they start, competing for trophies. If you look back in history, the times we actually competed for the big trophies is when Virgil van Dijk, is playing really, really well, world class level kind of well. And he's doing that this season. And not many people are talking about Virgil, you know that. Not many people are talking about Virgil for some reason, not knowing. I don't know if they watch the games, but what I'm looking at, JK, is a world-class performance, game in and game out, bro, with this guy. At age of 33, bro. 33 years old.
Age don't matter in that way no more. I think he could play another 2-3 years, no problem, in the Premier League. He's the best in the world right now at this age. Yeah. Yesterday, when I was telling you earlier about where he had the ball on the halfway line, and he just left the ball there, having a little look here. Then I said he's world class, this guy, because he can do that. But watch other centre backs; they'll be flustering, waiting, deciding what to do next. Van Dijk was chilled. He could have had a cup of tea or something, And that's when you see in the world class in him.
This is a bloody a Ballon d'Or defender. You know what I mean? That's what I call him, a Ballon d'Or defender. There ain't that many. You know what I mean? There's Maldini's, Beckenbauer, Berezi's, defenders like that. I would even put Rio Ferdinand and John Terry in that table. I mean, if you're Van Dijk and you're competing what many consider the two greatest players that ever lived, which is Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi for Ballon d'Or, and everybody's saying that you should have won it that season, it shows the levels that you're at. You know what I mean? Because don't forget, at that time, Messi and Ronaldo were the best in the world. They were playing for Real Madrid and Barcelona at the time as well. So if you're competing for Ballon d'Or with these guys, where do you stand then? I mean, as a defender, the disrespect this guy gets is beyond belief, in my opinion, bro. Because when we're hearing Salibas and Terry's and these names around him, it's very disrespectful, bro. Because I can't remember them ever competing for Ballon d'Or. You know what I mean? So
yeah, but I think what it is, I think a lot of opposition fans do that because of they're jealous of us having Van Dijk, knowing how good he is. Hence why they say John Terry's better. It's not what fans do nowadays, talk rubbish like that. You know what I mean? Every team would have had
Saliba
Van
now
Dijk.
for what he is now. How long have I been saying that, JK, about Saliba? Now, people, I said he does world-class performances. He's not world-class yet. Now everybody's seeing him for. I'm getting messages saying he was right all along. I don't need the messages, guys. I told you guys from a while ago when these people are telling me Saka is world-class, Raya in goal is world-class. I've never seen a Premier League team win a Premier League with a slight goalkeeper like Raya. I'm sorry. I'm telling you right now. You know what I mean? The ones who won the Premier League, even Leicester City had a dominant goalkeeper. That's what you need as a goalkeeper. And I told Arsenal fans, go after that Real Atletico Madrid goalkeeper, all black. That's what you need in that goal to show you guys, there's more to their game than the likes of Reyes and all that stuff. You know what I mean? When they're telling me about Reyes world class, and then all of a sudden after those few games he had, he's not world class. You know what I mean? Come on, man. I've never seen it. I don't know about you, Jake. I've never seen a Premier League team win with a slight goalkeeper. Never in my life. Even Blackburn, Tim Flowers, he wasn't a small goalkeeper, but he had a big presence about him. You know what I mean? And then you look at Leicester that won it. They had Schmeichel's son over there. So You know what I mean? You need a big presence in that goal in order for you to be taken seriously. And although he's good with his feet, as they say, but look at the mistakes that comes from him that leads to goals as well. You know what I mean, so and then
But for
now they talk
me,
about
he is a
Saliba
good
as well.
goalie. Like
Huh?
he's better than what I thought he was.
He's good, but he's not.
Yeah.
He's not like a world class goalkeeper.
No,
He's
he's not
not.
Allison level. Nowhere now. But he's all right. He's all right. I wouldn't say he's a
Schmeichels,
bad.
Van der Sar, Seaman. I could give you the list of names, but they won the
Yeah,
Premier
they're
League. You know
big.
what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he will
He
never
ain't one of
be in
them.
that list. You know what I mean? Let's just
No.
be honest. And he's
Mhm.
all right. That's all I could give him. But he's not world class, as they're trying to
No, he's not
convince
world
me.
class.
And then you look at Saliba now. Everybody's thinking twice about it now. And I warned him about that. I said, don't give this guy too much praise too soon. He will have those dip moments in the seasons, and this is what's happening to Saliba now. You know what I mean? And
He's a good player though. Like for me, Saliba is very good. But like with the fans nowadays, as soon as something's good about their club or in their club in their team, they jump on that bandwagon because that's all they've got sometimes.
but you've done nothing in football, bro. I don't care. I know
Yeah,
you finished second. So did Man United, Maguire, all these guys. They finished second with Man United with Solskjaer, haven't they? So you know what I mean? It doesn't make them world class or anything like that. That's what we've got to be
yeah,
careful when
true.
we use that. You know what I mean? Maguire all them finished second. I mean, but where are they now?
Maguire,
Like,
can't believe his fee as well, man.
I mean,
Madness.
you've got to be consistently winning things in order for you to be taken seriously, bro. And I don't take players like that seriously, and I'm always gonna
Yeah,
stand by that. I'm always gonna stand by that. Yeah. So Konate, bro, this season he's been fit, man, and he's been. I'm just shocked. I'm just shocked, like how he's playing, like as one of the
yeah,
best defenders in the league and the Champions League at the moment. Like each time the ball goes behind us, he's always there covering for everybody else.
yeah. Because I was saying this yesterday to 12. Because he knows he's playing every game. He's first choice next to Van Dijk. He's mentally getting ready for that game. So he's physically, mentally ready for that game. When he weren't playing, when Konza took over from the end of last season,
Yeah.
he was a bit query. Am I going to get game time here? Hence why he wasn't focused 100% with it. I
Yeah.
always say that when a player knows he's playing every game, he's going to be mentally ready for that game. Hence why he might not get injured. So that's the good thing about Konate this year. He knows he's playing. I don't think he wants to give Kwanzaa that shirt back. So he's making sure he ain't going to get injured. He's going into tackles 100%. It isn't that he just come on the pitch with 15 minutes to go. He's not ready. Never got warmed up properly. Gets injured. Them type of things can happen.
Obviously, man. Let's go, champ. I'm Steve. Big up, brother. Big up, bro. Big up, bro. Let me just get to the comments. But yeah, you cleared it up well, bro. You cleared it up well. Diaz, Gakpo, Soboslai was the front three by the end of the game. Madness. It is madness, Callum. It is, bro. It is 100%, bro. John Conway says Kelleher was my man of the match. He made two great saves. Yeah. Everybody has a man of the match. I mean, I thought my man of the match was Gakpo. I thought he was just a pest for Leipzig. You know what I mean? And he's starting games now. When you start games on a consistent basis, the confidence goes up in it, and that's what's happening with Gakpo as well. But yeah, each to their own. I think you got a great case there, John. I honestly think that. Name me one club that has a world-class keeper as a number two. Some people might say City. Some people might say Bayern Munich. You know what I mean? All that stuff. But as for Konate, I think, you know what? I think he's playing with injuries as well, bro. Shall I tell you why I said that, JK? I say that because he's lost his place at Liverpool with Kwanzaa coming through, and you got Gomez. We don't want Gomez as a centre back. He's better as a full back, but he can play there. He's a Premier League winner. We're forgetting about that. When we won the Premier League, it was Gomez and Van Dijk at the back. If you look back in that season. But yeah, I think because he lost his place in France as well. Saliba took his place for France. So I think this season, because the World Cup obviously is only a couple of years away. It's 2006, 26, isn't it? 2026, I think, the World Cup. So he wants to cement his place for Liverpool. And if you cement your place for Liverpool, then you're gonna be chosen for the France first team as well. So I think this season he's doing it by any means necessary to avoid major injuries and be consistent in the team. what is it now? Like 13 games, I think, of the season, something like that, with all the cups and that.
Yeah, about
And
that. Yeah.
and he's been available for all of them, bro. That's
Yeah.
why. That's why I think like he's performing at a higher level, and I'm enjoying watching him right now because he's showing us what kind. I don't see him as a world class defender just yet. I'm not like these fans from other clubs that just labels defenders world class. I think he's showing us that he could have world class moments as a defender, and not only that, that he's on the way of becoming a great defender as well. If you know what I mean, and that's what I like about Konate at the moment. Before, like, if he breaks a toenail, he doesn't want to play. You know what I mean, bro? And he thought like
Yeah.
he could make it into the France team and he could make it to the Liverpool team at any time he wanted. But now he knows he's got competition for places, so he has to perform in a high level in order for him to keep his place at Liverpool, number one, number two, get his place back in France, his first team, which he even captained during the qualifiers and that league they played, that Nations League, whatever they call it as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, he even captained the team. I was kind of shocked. Wow. But yeah, we move on to Darwin.
I wanted to quickly say something there
Go on.
about see Virgil van Dijk, why he's the best, because of his concentration levels. It's all about concentration at centre backs. If you don't concentrate, you're gonna get caught out. Bang, people are gonna moan. So for me, Konate's concentration levels have gone up big time.
Is it because you're playing with the best defender in the world next to you, or?
I think even like, you know what, bro, because
Or would he do that with that Van Dijk as well?
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Where he can do it now with that Van Dijk. If he's playing with Gomez or Kwanzaa, he'll probably take the leading role, you know. But concentration levels, I reckon, are gone up because he knows Kwanzaa could take his place tomorrow.
That's true.
Hence why he stepped up. He had to. So it was a good thing, that Kwanzaa sort of situation where he started the Ipswich game, and since then, Konate's just come in the team and he's not looked back. He kept fit. So that's what it's all about. Competition sometimes is good.
It's the best, mate. It brings the best out of you. It brings the best out of you. You know what I mean? Obviously, we've seen Darwin against Chelsea. What did you think of him yesterday, bro? Obviously, he's the goal scorer. I'm hoping he scores more goals in games now. You know what I mean? Not just one. I don't want to see just one because that's what he was doing before that as well. I want to see one or two goals at least in games, just to show people he's here to score goals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What do you think of him, bro, so far? His attitude and the way he's performing as well. Because I think we're seeing a different Darwin Nunez to the one we saw last season and the season before.
Yeah. The goal he scored yesterday was a proper striker's goal. Salah's header could have gone in, I believe, you know. But he didn't care. He was like, you know what, I'm going to get that over the line. I'm not offside. I'm going to put it in. That's what I wanted to see yesterday, and he did that. I predicted him as a scorer anyway. I knew he'd score yesterday for some reason. Because he scored against Leipzig 4 goals in a friendly a few years ago. Where I was there, and I said, you know what, Darwin's going to score again there. So he's got the winner for us. So for me, he did his job. Him and Salah did their job yesterday.
One created a goal and one scored a goal.
There you go. And we got the 3 points. Job done.
Yeah, I think. What do you think of his all-round play right now, bro? Like, has he changed from what you know of him, like in the past? Because I think he's changed a bit, bro. I don't think people talk about that enough, in my opinion. I think his hold-up play has improved. I know there's only 2 games we've just seen him and a couple of cameo appearances. I think, like, in regards to holding up the play and passing the right passes instead of like looking up and trying to do that long ball from distance, to the other side. I think he's changed in that way. I think he does more short passes than long passes and runs into the box and then tries to get in at the end of the ball as well. I like that. That's a sign of a good striker. You know what I mean? I don't like this kind of strikers that's a number 9, and when they get the ball, they try to do a Beckham pass from there. You know what I mean? And it's too much. It's too much for a striker. Do the basics, which is get the ball, lay it off, or if you want to dribble past the defender and run onto it, I don't mind things like that. But when you're getting the ball and then you try to do a long ball, like diagonal stuff on a consistent basis, it's too much for me. And that's what he was doing last season, which is why he lost his concentration level and he had issues. But from what I've heard behind the scenes, they're working on his finishing, they're working on his hold-up play, they're working on how he could lay off the ball and then make a run into the box, like join up with play and things like that. But in the 2 games you saw him against Chelsea and Leipzig, what did you think, bro?
I reckon, like yesterday, his all-round gameplay's improved as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Him and Salah link up pretty well. They've always had that between them. So for me, his all-round gameplay has improved as well, 25-30%. And he's going to get better, I reckon. As long as he stays fit as well, that's another thing with him, to stay fit.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Let me just read the comments, and then we're just going to go off, obviously. Get ready for the preview for the Arsenal game tomorrow, hopefully. Yeah, well, Callum says Salah gonna play against Zinchenko apparently on Sunday. Oh, that's gonna be a great day. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, it's gonna be a great day. Steve says Konate on a beast mode this season, injury free. Why Arne giving him his minutes smartly, and he's no longer doing 2 jobs, i.e. playing as a centre back covering Trent Alexander-Arnold. I agree with you, Steve, because if you look at last season and the season before, Trent keeps inverted and then he has to cover him, and it's too much, bro. It's too much, especially for a defender like him. He's not that type of defender that ever plays right back. He's a centre back by trade, and that's how he is. So it's better him being where he normally is. What I like about Konate, compared to other defenders, he's willing to sacrifice, his position to go and cover for other players as well, and that's what I've always said about certain defenders. They don't do that enough. That's why I'm not convinced about them. And I think even the French manager, Deschamps, said the same thing about Saliba and all that. Like, there's something about him that I don't like. And he likes Konate differently, if you know what I mean. But yeah, it is what it is. Kelleher, the best number 2 in the league. This is Becker last season at Liverpool. His next club is going to be Barcelona or Bayern Munich. I don't think so, mate. I think he's going to stay. Next 2 Champions League games at home, Leverkusen and Real Madrid. Boom. I'm looking forward to that, bro. I'm looking forward to that. It's good to be, looking forward to games again, innit, JK, without any pressure. I don't feel pressure anymore, bro. I don't know about you.
Yeah, true. I know what you mean. We've got Arsenal away Sunday. I'm not worried about that. You know what I mean? Their injuries, the way we're playing all right, and that's another thing. I don't think we're playing great.
No, we're not.
Playing okay, and we're winning. So for me, job in that way is good. We can get better. Yeah. That's what we can get better. I like what Szoboszlai and McAllister, the little gameplay they did yesterday between themselves. I want to see more of that between them. Remember that little part? I want to see more of that between them. Like, that's what Szoboszlai is. He's an interconnector. He can get the ball past it, do them little things. That's Szoboszlai's game.
Are we harsh on Szoboszlai, bro?
I think so. You know what? Like, for me, he could sort of wind me up a little bit sometimes. I want him to be a little bit tougher, going into challenges and stuff. That's the only part of his game that sort of annoys me, where he ain't tough enough sometimes. But with the ball, he's got some skills, that guy. And he keeps it ticking. That's what I like about him as well.
It's 100% true, bro. I think he's better than what he looks, man. I know I criticize him sometimes, and I get fed up with him. But I said to you in the beginning, I said this about every player. Like, I don't have filter. I don't just like have a got specific players on a consistent basis. If I see one having a bad game or something like that, I'll point it out before it gets out of hand. You know what I mean? Trent Alexander-Arnold looks tired last game when i.e. Konate, Virgil, Ryan, Dom get a rest. Yeah, we haven't got the strength and depth, bro. If we had the strength and depth, if we bought players in the summer, then we could rest them. But we don't. Now the players are starting to get injured, as we predicted. The same type of players, you know what I mean? Chiesas, you could say, Jota, injury-prone players are getting injured again. You know what I mean? Obviously, Jota, it was a rib issue. You know what I mean? The player jumped on his side of his chest, so. It was by accident. It wasn't like a regular injury that he normally gets, to be fair. Arne and players with his subs should use all 5, manage the game, get well last 15 to 20 minutes. the thing is, bro, we're only leading by 1 goal in the last 2 games. If we wasn't leading by 1 goal and scored more goals, I think we would have rested a lot of players. Do you agree with that, bro?
Yeah. It was too tight yesterday. 1-0 win, 1-0 up. He couldn't bring them all off. He took Salah off. That was the only sort of weird substitute. A bit too early for me, but yeah, I think if it was a 3-0 up, he would have took a lot more people off.
Yeah, it's true. Steve says Keza and his family are struggling to settle in England. They wish to return home in January 2025. What? He's only been here for a couple of weeks. What the heck?
Yeah.
Oh, whatever, man. If they're doing that, they can fuck off. I don't care. I only been the high line and Trent Alexander inverting the team looks more solid. Do you think Trent not doing the inverted role is beneficial for the team now, bro? Are we playing better?
Yeah. If for me, he should just stick to what he's good at, stay right back and attack him now and again. He don't need to just straight away drop in front of the centre backs. You know what I mean? So I'm happy he didn't do that.
Remember I was talking about that last year. I said, or the year before as well. I said this inverted role is too much now. There's a time you have to bin it, and say enough is enough. You know what I mean? And we've done it in the right time.
Linders, that is.
Yeah,
let's blame
copying
him.
Pep Guardiola, copying the other Pep. You know what I mean? It's not
Like
even your own formation, bro. It's not even your own formation. It's someone else's formation. You're copying someone else. Do your own thing as a manager.
It's true. I think Trent, he's a good top ball player, So for me, he should just do it now and again. Get the ball, drop in the midfield. He can do that now and again, but don't sort of just sit there,
Yeah. JK, sorry, for High Fossi JK guest chat. How are you all doing? Assalamu alaikum. Stop chasing worldly things, and God is the way. Pray and ask for forgiveness, mercy to God. You never walk alone. Many thanks. Big up, brother. Big up, man. Always, Richard, man. We are winning games, not playing full throttle. When we are on our game, when we are on our A game, teams are in trouble. Sign of a good team. Winning games, not playing really well. Yeah, that's what I said, bro. I think last season and the season before, that Chelsea game could have ended up as a draw, or we lost that game. That's what I think. But if we're winning by the odd goal, I don't know about you, JK. I don't think we won that many games by the odd goal on the club, did we?
Not really.
Unless we had to do a dramatic return in the last minute, scoring a goal or something like that.
Something yeah, but we used to thrash teams, 3-4, no problem. Yeah. He did a 9-0 against Bournemouth, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, Arne needs 2 more wins to qualify for next stage of the Champions League. Yeah, I think we're in a good position, bro. Leipzig 0, Liverpool 1, Nunez goal. We need to score more goals, keep the ball and win the ball quick from the opposition. We have Arsenal next. Rest, recovery and tactics on point. Many thanks. You never walk alone. I think so as well, Richard. I think we lose the ball too many times. I don't know about you, JK. Let's discuss this before we go. The issue that I have us losing the balls too often, it could lead to injury, bro. That's what worries me. Because when we're winning the ball back, sometimes you can see the players don't want to get into that tackle, but they have to. And then when they do, it either leads to an injury or a player hobbling off. You know what I mean, bro? I saw Konate do that a couple of times yesterday. And I was worried in case, I think in the group chat, I did say it, innit? This could be an injury next. That's what I said, the way we're giving the balls away too quickly.
Yeah. I think Konate had a few little rocky patches yesterday, but we kept a clean sheet, Things are going to happen in football. I think sometimes they don't run perfect. Things are going to happen, It doesn't matter who you're playing. Yeah. Look at that. Dortmund got 2 goals against Real Madrid. Then Real Madrid scored 5. But
it's called game management. It's not only that. Shaheen is their manager, ex-Liverpool player. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think he understands, when you are 2-0 up, the opponents will come at you. You need to do something in reverse. And he didn't do that in the game. You know what I mean? He should have defended better because they have to come on you. And then you counter-attack that and try to get another goal. You get what I'm saying, JK? Yeah. And that's what he failed to do in that game. I think he still played the same way when he was winning the game. and that's why they lost the game.
He's a new coach, so he's learned his lesson there probably.
100%.
But I like Salah.
100%.
He's going to be a good coach. That's the rumours I've heard in Germany and stuff. He's going to be a good coach. He's like one of the up and coming sort of coaches. We'll see how he does this season.
Yeah, 100%. Elliot back for December fixtures. Good news. Yeah, listen, the kid was playing well before he got injured. Didn't it? Let's be honest. Second in Champions League table. I think we're first, but only 1 goal difference. First in the Premier League. Brighton in the League Cup. Waiting for FA Cup draw 3rd round, and we need to stay hungry. Spot on, Richard. Spot on. Arne,
there's no need to moan, innit, Richard?
Nah. Real Madrid list of managers to replace Carlo. Let them do whatever they want. I mean, I don't really give a damn about Real Madrid. You don't last long over there. You know what I mean? You lose 1 game and you're out the door. So if Arne Slot is going to go down that route, and he's not going to be like Klopp saying Liverpool is where I want to be, then he can go. We don't care. You know what I mean? I'm not here to be crying for managers. You know what I mean? You either love being at Liverpool Football Club or you
don't.
That's it. Simple as that. JK, where can people find you, bro? Because, you know, I want you back on here on a regular with me, innit? So, other than that,
I'm on 12 Man Show.
Yeah.
So you can catch me there. Most nights, like yesterday, we did a preview of the game before kickoff, you know, like an hour before and stuff. So he's going to do that on a regular basis now.
Nice.
And it's good, you know, like you can either watch Sky Sports and listen to their bullshit. They come out with the negative comments about Liverpool, or you can listen to a Liverpool fan who's like bigging his players up before the game. And that's what 12 does, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Big up, bro. I agree, bro. Game management is important factor in football. Tactics, concentration, organization, communication. Grit is needed. Grit is needed. That's what he's saying. LFC is bigger than players and a manager. Yeah, spot on, bro. Spot on. Guys, we're done over here. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope we broke it down to how you wanted. I will be back tomorrow. I'm going to Liverpool tomorrow when I wake up.
Enjoy it.
Yes, JK, big up, bro. That's 12 Man's channel. Please go and subscribe to him. And I'm gonna do some videos if you guys want it. I'm gonna do some stuff down there. Hopefully,
that'd be cool.
Come back Saturday. So I hope they allow me. I'm gonna meet Jimmy Case and Sammy Lee. I hope they allow me to do videos with them, and I could just post it on the channel. So please like, share, and subscribe, guys. Let's make it bigger again, innit? We're doing it consistently again, so let's make it bigger again. Let's help out other Liverpool channels like 12 Man right there. You can see join JK and 12 Man on that channel, and help them out on the chat as well. Please, people, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Take care, everybody. Take care. Don't go anywhere, JK. Yeah. Don't go anywhere, man. Take care, everybody. Take care. See you tomorrow.